Hello and welcome to Richie Nick's Gaming. Today we are joined again. Oh no! No, we're gonna have to.
You're joined. Oh no! I didn't read the card until just now. Oh god!
I'm keeping
they don't
it.
pay me enough to introduce this person. God damn it!
I'm joined by Jake. Yo, that's Jake.
Hello.
From Streetlight Productions. That's the name of it, right?
That is
That is his YouTube channel. And today we will be. We concluded last time our Earthbound Mother series discussion, so and then I think we went on to a couple little tangents and included things like Pokemon and whatnot. But today we are going to be discussing Metroid. The series, not just the first game, and I will be playing the World 2 League regular season. I'm currently in first place by 2 games, and just to let you guys know, because it's been like a long time in between postings lately. I have played. I lost the World 2 League. Twice. I got 6th and 5th. I played World 3 and 1. I played Legend 1 and 1. I played World 3 and 1. I played World 2 and came in 2nd. And now we're currently in first place, only 34 games into the season, and it's been nearly 2 minutes, and I'm going to stop talking. Let's play some baseball and listen to Jake talk about Samus Aran.
Okay, so what's there to be said?
You are quiet.
What's there to be said? What's there to say that has not been said about Metroid and Samus? There's literally a genre named after it. It's called Metroidvania, which is any game where it's like one big level, but you have to find different items, different places to go. You gotta get the morph ball here, you gotta get the missiles, go here.
Oh, really? Yeah. The term for that is
Metroidvania.
Oh.
Yeah. The whole game is one big level. You can just go, you gotta figure out, where can I go now? So the first Metroid is just Samus is a bounty hunter, and she lands on planet Zebes, and she's been told to exterminate the Metroids, which...
So she wasn't abandoned there, she went there with the intent of destroying the Metroids?
Yeah. She was a bounty hunter, there's a bounty, so these Metroids are actually stolen bioweapons from the Chozos. I think we have talked about this on this channel before, by the way. At least the essential lore. But what's really, really important about Samus is that she has this massive arsenal that she collects over time. You feel stronger and more powerful. Let's see. They get the morph ball and the missiles and the morph ball bombs and the Varia suit. That's always the way it goes in the beginning. Always beat Ridley, always beat Kraid. And then you kill all the Metroids. They have to be frozen first, and you blow them up once they're frozen. You go take down Mother Brain, who's in a room full of turrets, and you leave. And, well, you leave, you have to escape an exploding place, as easy as that can be.
You have to do that in Fox, too.
Oh, yeah, you have to do that in Star Fox. What I'm saying is, with Samus, she was kind of the first game to ever do this, at least on a platforming level, because look, Zelda does this, but it's not a platformer. Metroid is like Mario meets Zelda in some ways. Now the whole thing is actually inspired by Ridley Scott's Alien series.
Hence the name Ridley.
Hence the name Ridley, hence the female protagonist, hence there being this one kind of alien that just really is a bitch to deal with. So yeah, it's all taken from that. Basically, so Metroid 1 ends, there's actually a remake called Zero Mission, which retells the story of the first Metroid and tags on a little thing. You try to escape, you get shot down. You land in some religious site, then you steal a space pirate ship and get the fuck out of there. Okay, so the bad guys are space pirates, who are criminals, obviously. They have stolen the Metroids and want to breed them. And Metroids are super hazardous creatures. Literally, the name means Ultimate Warrior or Chozo. So, and Chozo is the bird race that made her power suit and everything.
Huh.
So, you destroy the Ultimate Warriors, so to speak. Then in Metroid 2, you get sent to the Metroid home planet. Hey, you know what?
Is she human?
Samus is human, yes. They say go to SR388. This is where the Metroids live. This isn't just one experimental site. We're going to get them at the core. Samus kills the Queen Metroid, but saves one larva Metroid. And the plot of Metroid 3 revolves around that single remaining Metroid.
Okay.
Yeah. So, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I shouldn't have swung at that.
Oh. So if Metroid 1 is about getting rid of the Metroids in one base, Metroid 2 is about exterminating them completely, and Metroid 3 is, hey, we've got this one larval Metroid left, maybe we can use Metroids for good. It is a baby, and it's okay with Samus. Like, I think Samus is its mom, basically. So, Samus drops off her baby, so to speak, at a research center, and then it gets attacked by the pirates, and they take the Metroid. So, in Metroid 3, what do you know? The pirates are breeding Metroids again. So by the time you reach to the end, they've done a lot of work already. It's already a bunch of Metroids cloned to attack you. You kill them all, and then in the final battle, in addition to Mother Brain, you accidentally... Well, the baby Metroid sacrifices its life for you. And then you kill... Well, Mother Brain kills it, which exterminates all Metroids. Metroids are gone.
Oh.
So by Metroid 3, the Metroids are gone. Metroid 4 comes out, though. And... because of the way
what does Mother Brain have to do with all of this? Like...
Mother Brain is the leader of the space pirates.
Oh, okay.
It's their big supercomputer, and it was her idea to capture the Metroids in the first place.
Okay.
So, basically, Metroid 4 comes around, because of the way the food chain works. Now, because the Metroids are gone, their most prolific prey has grown and just populated huge, and like... They're parasites called the X, and without the Metroids, the whole food chain goes out of whack, and the X proliferate. And it turns out the Metroids, yeah, they were the ones keeping this species in check, and now this X parasite can like get into someone and copy their being. It's like a zombie.
Oh.
So, Samus gets infected, and as a last-ditch effort to save Samus's life, the scientists have a vaccine they made out of the Metroid DNA while they had it. So they use the vaccine, it cures Samus. But then Samus becomes part Metroid. So now she is the last living Metroid, as well as human. So, basically, Metroid 4 Fusion is on board a spaceship sort of research center. And, yeah, you become the last Metroid. And then you escape, and by the end of Metroid 4, you are technically an international criminal, intergalactic criminal, for blowing up their space station. But it turns out they lied to you and they were breeding Metroids behind your back. But they didn't tell Samus because she's expendable. So now both the Galactic Federation and the Space Pirates hate the shit out of Samus, and they all want her DNA.
Oh, poor Samus.
Now, in between that, there's the Metroid Prime trilogy, which is a side story.
That's a trilogy?
Metroid Prime is a trilogy.
Oh, Jesus.
It's just about one Metroid in particular, namely Metroid Prime. Who is the one Metroid? Who is the Metroid that survives at experiments with or contact with Phazon that others don't? This Metroid adapts to this hyper-mutating chemical, and as such becomes incredibly powerful. Metroid Prime is about this one Metroid that after the first game, it decides to take on Samus's form as an evolutionary adjustment, and you fight Dark Samus in Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Then Metroid Prime 3, it turns out this Phazon shit has been planting seeds of itself on every planet that you visited thus far, and it's like, look, I gotta find where all this is coming from. Eventually you find there is a rogue planet thrown so quickly out of orbits, it's still rounding random planets. And it's throwing Phazon seeds everywhere. So you go in and you destroy
a whole
the planet.
Yep. You
like,
go destroy a whole planet?
Yeah. You go into the core. But you get more and more corrupted because Samus has the Phazon in her system. She's trying to survive it at this point. And you go into the core of the planet, but the deeper you go, you know, there's more Phazon corruption. It's deadly to her and all that. So, yeah. That game is insane. Anyway.
It sounds insane. Which one is that?
That's Metroid 3 Corruption, where she goes into the center of the planet Phase and destroys it as it corrupts her. But it turns out Dark Samus at the end of this game has actually basically figured out how to steer this planet because it stole a supercomputer that was in was in galactic hands, stole a supercomputer, hooked the supercomputer up to the planet in the core, and said, "Guide this planet where I want to go." And so, yeah, that's sort
some
of
sci-fi shit right there.
de facto mother brain fight at that point, because the supercomputer looks like mother brain, so it's like kind of supposed to be a tribute to mother brain. But yeah, and then
Stepmother brain.
yeah, so the timeline is technically Metroid 1, Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, then Metroid 2, then Metroid 3, and Metroid 4.
Oh.
So there was this other game that I'm pretty sure is actually canon, but no one wants it to be. Everyone just hates this game to the point where they disregard it completely in the timeline. It's called Metroid Other M, which is a bad play on the word mother, technically. Because it's all the whole thing.
Yeah, Other M, mother.
Yeah, the whole thing is this most heavy-handed metaphor about, like, how Samus is like a mother in some way to the Metroids at this point. It's so heavy-handed. The ship is literally a baby's bottle looking thing. And it's
what?
A bottle ship.
What?
It's like her guilt over like the Metroid dying for her when it basically saw her as a mom. It's such bullshit. I mean, there's something there, but they did not explain it.
Baby bottle.
Yeah. And Samus literally just goes on. And that's actually, everyone hates that game because Samus takes orders in that game, which is like not something Metroid does. She's on her own. In Fusion, there's a computer that gives her orders, but she eventually ends up rebelling. So, yeah, Samus walks into her game with all of her powers from the previous game. She's a fucking tank. And then, but you have to work alongside this one Galactic Patrol unit. And in order to let you win the mission, he says, turn off all your most dangerous weapons. Only the basics. And you literally have the power of a god at your hands for most of the game, but you cannot.
What?
You can't activate them until he tells you you can.
Alright, hold on. Just gotta point out that I threw the Ephus pitch, which is the slowest pitch. I think that was less than 60 miles an hour. And he still got thrown out at second, trying to steal.
Jeez.
Ha! You can't steal on my catcher, Samuel Tarley.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so yeah, Metroid Other M has you taking orders. You could like obliterate these people, but you take orders from them somehow. And she doesn't even activate all of her abilities till the very end. And then it's another Metroid cloning situation, which the Metroid cloning thing, they were secretly more Metroids the whole time, has been used too many times at this point.
That's really the end of it. Like, at some point, it's just like, this isn't a surprise. I don't think I have killed all of them anymore.
Right.
Like, I will forever be looking for more of these.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you've named the game Metroid. If the Metroids were gone, you're in trouble.
Right.
There would really be no reason.
Metroid 4. Where's the Metroid?
They actually are coming up with a Metroid Prime 4 really soon. Within the next 2 years, I think. But I don't know where Metroid Prime 4 would be in the timeline. Would that also be before Metroid 2? Because all the other Primes were. So, and how can it be Metroid Prime 4? Metroid Prime is killed at the end of Prime 3. So, what the fuck?
It's like sandwiched in between one of those three.
Oh, I hope not. I fucking hope not. Well, I hope it involves Metroid Prime and Phazon, but they really made Phazon seem like an open and shut case with the Prime trilogy. But there's also a game called Metroid Prime Hunters that's really canon, but no one likes it, so...
No.
That's one of those ones no one likes.
It's got more than one game that is, like, unpopular in the fan base.
Hunters was okay, but it wasn't, like, worthy of the title of Metroid, and Other M was just atrocious. It's completely atrocious. Like, you aren't even allowed to use armor. You have armor that can shield you from lava, but you're forced to walk through lava and almost die until the boss says, okay, you can put the lava protection on.
Like, that's so dumb. I would have done that without permission. Like, that's a whole bunch of bullshit.
It's not a weapon. I'm not going to kill you with my armor.
Right. Also, like, I'm also not trying to commit suicide, so...
Right. It's just insane. And, it's a really strange, like, human, Damn it. What's weird for Metroid is to have any humans at all in the game besides Samus. But it's incredibly weird to have a Metroid game where there's humans that are bad guys. Like, I can't imagine Samus shooting people. I just can't.
No.
I don't think I've ever seen it in the game.
It's like, I don't even have a comparison for that, actually.
Yeah, it was very strange. So, yeah, that's basically it. Samus is awesome. She floats around. She does a lot of flippy spins, and she turns into a ball and lays bombs, and lays power bombs.
Well, you said you could wax eternal about this. You're just gonna give me a basic summary and call that a day?
I mean, it's gonna be a real train of thought.
It's been like 15 minutes. That's it.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Okay, all right. No, I can keep bullshitting. I'm not lying. But I can just keep saying shit with no real direction or order to it. So I will. And okay, so what can Samus do? She has missiles.
well, all right. Well, hold on. Let's do what we did with the other ones. Like,
Right.
what is the story of the first game?
Metroid?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to walk me through the whole Metroid 1 game?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So, it basically begins with the whole opening fanfare. So, and yes, it sounds like it's that long every time. My friend actually, I recommended the game to him, and he next time I talk to him about it, I was like, how was Metroid? And he goes, because every time you have to like start a new game, it's like, okay, you want to start, but it's like the fanfare feels like it's taking a long time before you can start moving. So,
well, that's fucking Pokemon for me. Like, oh my god, Professor Oak, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's so weird because that little da-na-na-na-na, it's like, it feels victorious, but the game's also like, here we go again.
Wait, those... All right,
It doesn't say that.
I was gonna say, no, what I was gonna say is that sounds like the Hobbits, like the Shire theme. Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
Yeah, but it's actually, I think the bass sounds like da 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 da, and it's over it. It's actually, I believe it's it's
okay.
So, anyways, what's interesting about Metroid is that it lets you go to the left or right, which is not what you've seen in the platforming game so far. You always see run to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And if you try running to the right, which is probably your first instinct, you realize that you can't duck and crawl. So you're like, what the fuck? So you go back to the start, and then you go left. Then you get the morph ball. Let's turn to a ball, go into holes, all that fun stuff. Basically, you're going to find way too many missiles and way too many energy tanks and not enough useful items, like the freeze beam or the wave beam. But you have to fight both Kraid and Ridley. So you find them, preferably in the order of Kraid, then Ridley. And once you beat them, you're allowed to enter Torian. Torian, excuse me. Torian is where the real experiments in Metroids are being done. So as soon as you walk in, Metroid's like finish feeding on the space pirates they managed to overpower, and they run toward you.
Oh, shit, dude.
Basically, all the strategy about that area of Torian is usually like 2 or 3 Metroids on you at a time, and you can only freeze one at a time, essentially. And while you're trying to kill the frozen one, the other non-frozen ones are going after you. So it becomes very tense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Main area of Planet Zeta is called Brinstar. That's where Kraid's hiding. The lower hell-like area is called Norfair. That's where Ridley's hiding. And once you beat the boss of Brinstar and Norfair, you can go to Torian. And at the end of Torian is a room with just walls and turrets. And you have to kill the walls, but it takes missiles.
To kill the walls?
The walls are like these weird biological barriers. These
Okay.
weird, like meaty things in tubes.
Okay, I've seen that animation.
So basically, you need to have enough missiles to break through all these walls, and then you have to empty like maybe 30 of them into Mother Brain herself to kill her. All the while, you're just shooting at this brain in a glass on the wall, and all these things are being shot at you. In the remake, they're thankful to give the brain a fucking attack at least. It literally just sits there and takes it.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. Well, it is the thing controlling all the turrets that are shooting at you, but the brain itself just...
Yeah, that's... Okay, I guess it is attacking.
Oh, definitely.
Just has this giant weak spot that's wide open.
Yeah, it forces you to hit it. The only angle you can do is when like everything will hit you, and so you have to be in it for the moments that there are not bullets there. Basically, they're taking up the screen. So, boom! You kill Mother Brain. The whole thing breaks into shit, and you have to escape. And this giant vertical tunnel that is like so nerve-wracking because the platforms are teeny tiny. And you're just trying to make these barely getting up there jumps. Meanwhile, this timer's counting down. There's an escape sequence. The interesting thing about this game is that there are very few pleasant melodies in it. Most of the music is kind of disturbing and just atonal and just different. And that's because the composer didn't want you to have music, you asshole, unless you did something to get it. So as a result, only the first area of the game, just to get you pumped, has like real heroic music. Everything else is kind of droll. And he's like, yeah, why should I give you music? You haven't done anything.
I like that.
Only when you get to the later areas of the game does it start being like, okay, now it gets to be dramatic. Now it's crazy.
Right.
And the only instance of happy music in the whole game, I think the only piece in major, is literally the theme once you've actually finished. He doesn't give you major until you're really done with the game. And
bunch of fucking bullshit.
And in a move toward feminism, it was revealed that she's a woman. And then solidly away from feminism, if you beat it real fast, she's in a bikini. So, you know, one step forward, two steps back for feminism. So,
I mean, I do always love Zero Suit Samus.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna lie.
Well, actually, okay, so the extension of Metroid is the Zero mission part. She crashes back to Earth, and she only has her Zero Suit, and you have, again, a laser that can stun one enemy at a time. And so you have to stealth your way from the whole space pirate base until you stumble upon a religious sort of burial site, not burial site, an artifact site that the space pirates are plundering. And you get, like, the best thing from it, basically, because it remembers you. And it knows that Samus was actually raised by the Jozo people, whose planet the space pirates stole the main planet from. And, yeah. Oh, and then you get the crazy gravity suit, and it's funny because you walk into the space pirate base like an absolute mouse, like you're trying to get around everything. You get to the center, you become the biggest cat in the neighborhood. You're just like boom, 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 and all these space pirates are like, get her! And there's 5 of these things that would kill you on their own before, and you just one-shot all of them at once. Like literally, your simplest bullet just kills them all. Like, it's amazing. And the best thing is what they did in the remake with this part, because they added this part in the remake. All the items that were like Metroid tradition by that point that were not in the first game, they didn't want to give them to you in the first game because they wanted it to be faithful to the original. So, but the extension part that they added on to the ending of the first game, it shows you that you've actually collected all these other items. They didn't do anything. Well, now this suit activates them, and you get the infinite jump, basically the piercing cannon, and the most powerful armor all at once. And it's like, yeah, these are things you secretly had. But they only appeared to be like the key to a certain place at some time. So she has another escape sequence, obviously. That's 2 in one game. That's a lot for Metroid. They usually just have the last one. But there's 2 escape sequences, one right after the other. And you steal a pirate ship and you get the hell out of there. And the pirate ship looks a little bit like a sperm cell.
Ha! Gross.
It's got the tail, you know. So,
why? Like, what?
I don't know. Anyways, probably some other weird Freudian thing they're trying to do with Samus. But being in control of the sperm, like it's some deep metaphor for men really controlling women. Or no, sorry, women really controlling men, other way around. That is Metroid 1. Metroid 2 really has no story. They actually had a remake of it, but I haven't played it. I want to. It looks great. Metroid 2 basically is not, there's no story. Samus just goes around and starts exterminating all the Metroids on the planet. And
oh, it's really just like keep killing them.
Yep. They get stronger. They're called they're classified now. They're called like Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Zeta, and Omega. Alpha, Gamma, Zeta, Omega, I think.
That's
Alpha,
skipping
Beta,
a whole bunch of
Gamma,
the alphabet.
Whatever it is. So
Alpha,
yeah.
Beta, Gamma, Delta, Epsilon, Zeta, Eta, Theta,
Yeah, they skipped
Iota.
a shitload. They went nuts. So then you kill the queen, and there's like, you can kill the queen either by like the good old-fashioned way, like with beams and missiles, or you can like missile it when its mouth is open, roll into the morph ball, crawl down it into its throat, and lay bomb in its stomach.
Oh!
Yeah. You actually get hurt the whole way, so the only way to win this strategy is if you're sure you won't get digested in her stomach. Like, you have to bomb her stomach from the inside out. And then she dies, the queen. And, if you use the morph ball strategy, you're probably like at the edge of life, because you're not supposed to be able to use it unless you can take it. So, and then she runs around. There's this whole wasted Metroid hive. Everyone's dead, except for one larva. It breaks out and does not harm Samus. It follows Samus all the way out of like the grotto, the cave, and it doesn't attack her. It follows her like she's his mom, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so Metroid, Metroid 3 starts, and like I said, you bring the baby to a research center because maybe they can do something good with the Metroids. And then as soon as you leave, there's a distress signal that you've been followed, and they attacked the. Alright, so Super Metroid starts, you go into the space station. For the first time ever in a Metroid game, you see humans, but they're dead scientists.
Metroid 3 is Super Metroid?
Yes. Yes. Before these humans you see in Metroid are actually like fucking, they're dead on the ground. Also, I think Super Metroid was one of the first Super Nintendo games, to have voice acting in it. Literally. The game starts with the game saying, with a voice, "The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace." It's like a really famous line in like the Metroid community.
Weird.
But it's straight up, like I've never heard like a voice just come and say a sentence out of a Super Nintendo.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't think it was ever done besides maybe like a very, very shaky, fuzzy, like, "It's the Ghostbusters," like something like that, you know? Where they like pay millions of dollars just to have that in the game. So, yeah. It was pretty crazy.
Well, I remember Super Godzilla had Godzilla's actual roar in it.
Yeah, you can like pick that into that. You know what I think was a scary roar? You might not remember it, but the roar Lavos makes in Chrono Trigger.
Oh yeah, I know.
It does a screech, and it's like, whoa, that's like really scary. Even though I know they made it with that Super Nintendo sound, fonts. It's kind of like really disturbing. You're like, whoa, I can't believe they did that. They must have spent a really long time working on that one. So
I played that game all the way through, like, twice with my friend John over the course of like this one summer between like junior and senior year.
You played it twice one summer?
Yeah.
Why?
Multiple endings and stuff.
Oh yeah, the New Game Plus. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. And one time I remember going to Ronnie's place. I think it was me and Ronnie. And we just played all of Mega Man X. We just beat the first Mega Man X game in one sitting.
Well, you did that with Ronnie. Loved that game because Ronnie and I did that too.
Yeah, he really loves Mega Man X. We just beat it in one sitting.
Rona.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to Metroid. In Super Metroid, you actually go back to Zebes. You're like, oh shit, here we go again.
Here we go.
So you go back to Brinstar, kill Kraid. Then there's two new areas, Criteria, which has a wrecked ship. You actually, what is believed to be from the first game, the space pirate base you destroyed is now there, and the power's out. You actually even go to the save station on this wrecked ship, and you can't save your game because the power on the machine is out. So, and then you get attacked by ghosts.
Oh, that
kill.
The game like skipped a frame or two, and so I swung super late like an asshole because all of a sudden the ball was across the strike zone. Anyway.
So, what shit was I gonna say? What the fuck was that? Did you hear something?
The car shifted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're sitting in my car.
Yeah. So, basically, Super Metroid. There's two new areas in addition to Brinstar and Norfair. There is the Criteria, which is the surface, and the surface's wrecked ship has Phantoon. You have to murder Phantoon. You have to kill him in cold blood. He's like a giant ghost squid, no joke.
Giant ghost squid.
He's actually
He's a
badass.
ghost?
Yeah. He's a ghost. He's a ghost in like a sci-fi way, like celestial phantom sort of thing.
Oh.
Like he's ghostly, but it's still not like, well, we're not quite on like
Excuse me.
Casper, like level of cartoon ghostliness. So then you go to Meridia, which is, unless you guess from the MRI at the beginning, it is the underwater area of the game, and you're kind of in like deep sea and everything. And then you fight the Metroids there, which are like the little Metroid, like dumb bad clones, the rejects.
Ah, okay.
Metroids. They're wicked weak, but they act like Metroids, so if one off get on you, they'll like suck the life out of you and stuff.
Okay.
That's extremely unlikely. You battle the mini boss Batu, which is one of those easy bosses you can just hide in one corner and shoot from and never get hit. The music for Meridia is amazing. The music for the whole game is actually one of the best SNES soundtracks there is. But I like Meridia because it's like, this area is clearly the calm before the storm. Then in Meridia, the pirate in charge there was called Dragon. Kind of a lazy name if you ask me.
It's Dragon.
Yeah. Well, this is the underwater one, and actually the best way to kill this guy is like a big shrimp. And you have to hit him in his shrimp belly. And but his surrounding his belly are his little shrimp arms. So, but it's a huge shrimp, which is, I know, an oxymoron, but anyways, it tries to grab you and stuff. Now, you can kill it the old-fashioned way, which is give a few passing shots at its belly while it tries to attack you. Or you can let it grab you. Get this. You can shoot down the turrets in the room, leaving their electrified stumps in the wall. Once it grabs hold of you, you throw your electric charge, the lasso, at one of the open circuits, and you complete it, and it shocks the shit out of you. But Dragon's also holding on to you. So Dragon gets the shit out. If you have enough life, you can outlast it, and it will die before you do. It's a cheap way to kill him, but it's also brilliant. Like, it just makes sense. So, because even if you couldn't figure it out, like, he moves in a way that's like suspiciously gives you a lot of chances to make a swing at that one electrified part of the room. You're like, that's important. That does something. Anyway, so that's...
Right, it's like that one part of the wall is a different color.
Right,
so.
Exactly. And you're like, I don't get it. But I can only reach it when he's holding me in the air. So maybe while he's holding it in the air, I should make a shot at it. With my suspiciously newly acquired item. That would seem like a bit
boy, wow.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're playing a video game here.
Yeah. So, basically, you kill that one, and then you go back into Norfair, and you go into Ridley's lair of Norfair. Because at that point, you can walk into lava, so you just walk under the lava, and you find a little hidden cave. So, it's not that hidden, it's within view, but how to get there is the problem. Anyways, you go to the volcanic innards of Norfair, and the music is absolutely amazing. It's been copied in a lot of Metroid games since.
It's probably going to cut us off any second.
Alright. So well, that's it, folks, for Metroid. Well, I mean, the end of the game is pretty important, but whatever, for now.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll just record another one. Bye. Like, subscribe, share. Streetlight Productions, Twitter, Richie Nick's Music. See you down in the comments.